Hello, long time no see. It's been another, 4 weeks? I'm going to kiss goodbye to July. I'm just going to brush this under the carpet, start fresh for August. Things can only get better. So, I have finally, at long last, after a lot of deliberation and changing my mind, finished my snippet roll. Yay! There's no way I was going to give up on it. It's just things out of my control took over and it had to go on the back burner for a few weeks, but I'm back. So originally I wasn't going to back it. I was going to leave all the spaghetti on show, but then I realised it was ever so slightly not deep enough to fill the spool. And I like this spool. It's from the Axminster Carpet Company, so it's wooden and metal. And I love everything about it, the patina, the little bumps and dings on the wood and the metal. And I thought, no, I really want this is the first snippet roll I've made and I want it to go on the here. So originally, let me just grab it without causing an avalanche, which will be a miracle. There it is. I chopped into an old pillowcase and I was going to back it onto the green. I backed the wording onto the green. I was going to back the whole thing onto the green. And I just didn't like it. It just wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't sparking joy, as they say. So I found an antimacassar, a seat back, and I chopped into that. I've got several of them. They are marked, so it didn't bother me cutting into them. This is one of the little pieces I've got left, and I have a couple more whole pieces, but I have a plan for this one, which I'll tell you about after. So what I did, I measured it out and realised I needed another 6 inches, so I'll show you the back first. I left the lace on, and obviously there's lace on one side. You can see my stitches going through, but that's part and parcel of it. I've overlapped and I've kept some of that beautiful deep lace, although part of me thinks, should I take it off and use it on something else? I thought, no, we've come this far. So I alternated as well. I had the lace on top at one part and the lace edge on the other part, and then I literally had to cut into another one just for that small amount at the end. So now you've had a little peep. Let's roll her back up and we will go from the beginning. So originally I was going to have the spool going the other way around, the snippet roll going the other way around, and then I don't know, it just worked out better this way. So that's a bit cack-handed, wasn't it? I'm very sorry. So this year I've been learning to stitch on linen, so I decided I needed a little bit of cross stitch on there. So we have down the garden path. I hope you can see it all right. It's a miserable day here. It's just not getting light or dry at all in North Wales at the moment. So I've stitched down the garden path in a lavender colour, and I added some lace behind, and then the snippet roll you've seen, nothing else has changed apart from adding it onto the spool, which I absolutely love it. And it's kind of ignited something in me that I really want to do another one, even in the same theme. I've just enjoyed this so much. You know, thank you for everybody for spurring me on for doing it, and all the encouragement. I've loved every second of this, although there've been a few wobbly moments, like the wobbly fountain, and a few sad moments occurred during this. But yeah, it's kept me going and it's been an absolute joy to do. So now I've finished it, I am now going to allow myself to think about the next one. I know everybody's started it and you're a month in. I'm a little bit behind. I'll catch up, don't worry. So I bopped some sari ribbon sari silk ribbon onto it, but I'm not sure whether I like it or not. I think I'm going to find a nice pin, just a nice pin with maybe, in fact I might actually make one with the longer pins, just glue some pearls onto the head and just have that holding it together. But I absolutely love it. Love it. I'm going to have it on display, but out of direct sunshine. And yeah, I just love it. So thank you so much, everyone, for the encouragement. I can't thank you enough. So, next challenge. Well, I wasn't sure about a wall hanging. This is an old house and it's quite dusty. So what I'm contemplating is I'm going to start it as a wall hanging and then maybe join it all together and maybe make it into a project bag cover. Christine inspired me with the project bags ages ago, and I've still not got around to doing it. I've got a lot more spare time now, and I'm moving a lot better now. It's more comfortable sitting at the table and sitting and sewing. So a while ago, well, last month, my friend came over from Canada, and with another friend that came over to visit me, which I think I mentioned last time. And thank you both very much. I'm still buzzing from your visit. And they brought me a gift, so I hope you can see it. So this is my inspiration for the next Roxy challenge. This is what kind of made me think, okay. And it's a gift that they bought me for when they had a day out at one of the houses over in England. And she's absolutely beautiful. She's an embroidered Betty, and she's designed by Michelle Holmes. I'll show you the card in a moment. It might be easier to see. Hope she's fitting on here. And they said they chose this design. She's printed on cotton. They chose this design because it reminded them of me and the Down the Garden Path project, and I love it. I just think it's brilliant. She's got a greenhouse. I think there's a swing here coming off something. I thought that was a greenhouse, but up the edge of a greenhouse, some house with a swing. She's got some lavenders, basket of flowers and seeds. The sun, I mean, look at the face, look at the sunshine, the cheeks and the eye. It's absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, so I have a plan with that. And Leanne inspired me ages ago as well. You see, all these things have been banking up in my mind and my brain ticks. I know a Libra. I weigh everything up. And Leanne inspired me when she was doing her circles with her Inktense pencils. And I just thought, okay, I'm going to get the Inktense pencils out and I'm going to colour her. And I'm still going for the same colours for the greens and things. I did a little test patch, which you can't see very well. So I know I need to do the colour a little more intense, if you pardon the pun. So she's going to be coloured with those to start off with. And she's actually from, I'll tell you, because she is absolutely beautiful. And I hope you can see this. It's Michelle Holmes Embroidered Textiles, and it's www.archangelstudio.co.uk. And she does a range of different ladies. I don't know if they're all called Betty. I have no idea. This was the little tag. This is Embroidered Betty, The Warmth of the Sun on Her Back. I think this one's called. And there we go. There's the web details. And she does all kinds of things. She does cards. We've got the lady up the tree with the dog watching and the basket of fruit there. And she's Betty. Betty is embroidered with an old Bernina sewing machine on hand-dyed cotton with hand-stitched details in linen thread. She's 14 centimetres tall and nearly always wears a spotted skirt, plain skirt, and sometimes a duster coat for her adventures. Inspired by several people, including my grandmother Doris. Oh, lovely. A childhood neighbour named Millicent, a character, Lady Isabella Bird from one of my favourite books, A Lady's Life in the Rocky Mountains. Betty is often found pottering around the countryside, contemplating the natural world and observing everyday occurrences. And that is just beautiful. I don't know why I've not come across Michelle Holmes before. I began embroidering Betty in 2012, illustrating random or little big thoughts in moments in between. Betty prepares for many apple crumbles. That's really, really cool. So that might even get added into my project. So that's Betty, and the scraps that are left over from the antimacassar. It's the same colour linen almost. Well, I think it's a pretty good match. And I found a tablecloth as well that's adding into this little collection, which is damaged. It's got stains on it. I have no idea where this came from. It could have been one of my charity shop finds. But just look at these flowers. They are absolutely beautiful. So those will be getting snipped into. And the cotton, it's an absolutely beautiful cotton. I'm going to dye some sections of it when I finally decide on the colourway. I think it's going to be pinks, limes, lavenders. But yeah, I'm going to play with the Inktense pencils. So thank you, Leanne. Leanne's Crafty Cupboard for that inspiration. So yeah, that's kind of, I've got a little bit of a plan going on in my head. I'll be back with a separate video for that, and I will actually film doing it this time. I'll be brave. So that's that. Thank you so much for joining me on the journey down the garden path and the snippet roll, and thank you again for all your support, and it's lovely to see you all back. See you soon. Bye.